When it comes to regional Mexican music, there are very few female accordion players in the industry. Our guest tonight not only plays the accordion in a very well-known group called Control, but she is also an incredible singer whom can easily adapt to all genres, including mariachi. On top of recording, touring, and working on a number of projects, she was able to attend college and graduate with a bachelor's in business. It is a great pleasure and honor to have with us not only a talented musician, but a great role model, Jennifer Degollado. Jennifer, welcome to the program. What an honor to have you with us today.
Thank you so much. The pleasure is mine. I'm super happy to be interviewed by Honer. It's been a long year, right? So I'm really excited for some interaction,
Yeah,
music.
It's been crazy. 2020 is a very interesting year, to say the least.
Definitely.
So what's going on with how have you been able to manage through this year? I know it's been hard for everybody.
It's been obviously a very sad year. A lot of people have passed away. My dad did test positive and he did get the severe symptoms. And if it wasn't for the grace of God and his miracles, I believe we would have lost my dad because he was not doing well. He was not breathing. He lost 30 pounds. He took it really bad. Yes. But, the good thing about it is afterwards when he got out of it, he felt so inspired, to live better and to, focus on family. And, we haven't been in the studio for years and we've been recording ever since that happened. He feels like God gave him another opportunity to live his life a little differently, as in, do what you love, pay attention to, don't just work. Let's focus on the things that matter. Do what you love. And so we've been in the studio every single week. We have a lot of ideas. We released 2 new songs.
2020, it's been really bad, but at the same time, like you said, it's brought families closer together.
Yes,
it's given people a different take on what's more important in life, and obviously family.
Absolutely.
And you're right, we're always caught in that rat race, and then we forget about what really matters. So I do feel really bad for all the people that have suffered and have lost their not only the lives but jobs and whatnot. So it's been bad. So
I know, it's been horrible, just horrible.
We've been trying to get together, but it's and we're busy. even in spite of this, you've been busy. You've been busy recording. We've been busy too.
Yes, it's been amazing being in the studio and releasing music that it's so crazy how you really can't force a song to come out. It has to come from your heart.
Yeah,
and it's been showing a lot these past few months. And it shows in the music. We even look happier. We look well rested, and you can see it, and even the sound of the music now. Control is bringing back the essence.
Yes.
We're bringing back, that sound that was in the first CDs, which has always been my dad and his voice. Without his voice, it's I don't see it sounding the same anymore officially after that.
Wow. That's great. That's great news.
Yes.
Jennifer, I want to take our audience through a little timeline here because you're a role model for a lot of young girls. But so what I like to do is kind of just explore your life a little, I think it's fascinating, and what you've done in such a short time too.
You.
So where were you born, Jennifer?
I was born in Harlingen, Texas. Just right next to the border of Mexico.
So you born in it's funny because we've talked about it. I'm from Harlingen as well.
You're also from Harlingen too. So cool.
I'm from the Valley, so I know exactly what you're talking about. So, but you were born there, but you've stayed there. You've always lived in Harlingen. You never moved out of state or anything like that, right?
No, I did live a lot of my childhood. Well, I lived here, but I was always with my dad's mom. We were always at her rancho, so I grew up over there. I listened to music. My dad was, before Control, he was Super Llama, which is a very well-known band as well, and constantly hearing them play. And obviously at the time I didn't want to be a part of the band or anything, but I always dreamed of it, you were
always around
I'm
it.
gonna do that too. Yeah.
Where was the rancho?
Elegido Vista Hermosa,
Is
next
that?
to Valle Hermoso. Valle Hermoso next to Matamoros.
Yo siempre iba a
Yes.
Matamoros. I grew up there too, and my families are from General Tara, Nuevo León. So you get to
Nice.
experience these two different worlds. So you're in the U.S. You were born in the U.S. You
Yes.
speak English, but then you have to also speak Spanish because you have to go to Mexico,
Yes.
spend time with family. Now, did you ever have the
Yes.
issue that I had when I was growing up? Is when I used to go to Mexico, my cousins would say, "No, tú eres pocho, tú no sabes hablar el español bien." And then
Sí,
I'd,
me decían. Mi prima Jennifer, ella no habla muy bien, pero yo le ayudo. My cousins, mis primas. And whenever I'd come back over here to school, I saw a lot of my friends who were, I never noticed it at the time, but when I look back, I'm like, wow, all of my friends were blonde hair, blue eyes. Like, I never saw it as anything. I was like, I was really living two different worlds. I love how I was born. I love my raíces. I love that I'm Mexican American.
so tell me, so you said that, I mean, you weren't thinking about music or anything, but it was around you because your dad played, you were a little girl, your cousins, your tios, I guess they all
Mhm.
played. Um,
Yes, everybody plays. Yeah.
so I know you had no thoughts of becoming a musician, but what did you start thinking? Oh, I want to learn how to play first. Did you get a guitar or did you get the accordion? What was it that you
Yes.
started learning first?
I always have been fascinated. You know how, like, when you're a child and you like music and you look at a band, you're looking at an instrument you like the most?
Correct.
And for me, it was always the guitar. I was like, wow, that looks so cool. Like, and then I would look over at the accordion and be like, wow, that's so different. I don't even know how to tell my friends back in school about this. Like, I don't think they know what that an accordion is. I started playing the guitar at 12 years old. I played chords, I've strummed, I do a little picking, nothing too Carlos Santana, nothing like that. Like, just that's it. And then
So
I was like, you know what? The accordion it's such a challenge. I really like it. I didn't get an accordion. I would when my dad would get home, I would get the accordion from the bus and I would take it home. It wasn't even my accordion. And I was showing him, look, Dad, I can play this. Look, I'm playing one of your songs, which is like Tao Tao and Banda Dominguera, like, which was really easy. And he's like, wow. And I kept showing him interest. I guess I'm grateful that he wanted me to show him I wanted to do this instead of him just buying one for me. I didn't think I was going to ever be in the band, honestly. I never thought, ever,
it was
ever,
never
ever.
on your mind.
No, the management told me about the idea and I was like, I don't think this is going to look good, but yes. Yes.
You and I were talking a while back, and you told me that your dad would take you to his gigs and stuff like that. When you were a little girl, you would be running around and
I
listening to the
remember I'd
music.
fall
And
asleep on the chairs. I put the chairs together and fall asleep until they were finished really late at night.
so obviously, Control was
So,
your first influence, I'm assuming, right? I mean, obviously,
yes,
And
always. And singing, watching my dad sing, his voice.
were you listening to any other groups at the time as well that interested you?
Oh, yes. I was listening a lot to, obviously, it was Intocable and Javier Rios, Ramon Ayala, and like bands with the teclados like Pegaso. I was hearing so much of that. I love that music so much. Buki. And of course, with my mom, who is totally different. She loves bands, like, she loves the classic rock. She loves Heart, Led Zeppelin, she loves it. So she showed me
Wow.
all of that. And she taught me to be like, to just like everything. There's no
Wow.
barriers, just to love everything, country, all sorts of music.
Wow,
I
she's got
really
good
enjoy.
taste because that's what I used to listen
Yes.
to as well.
Oh, nice.
I
Nice.
listened to all that classic rock. So, how
It
old are you
is.
when you said, "Okay, I want to learn how to start playing the accordion"?
I was in high school. I was learning songs by ear. I don't think I was correct, but I was trying my best. Because like now you see YouTube tutorials and back then you really couldn't. I was looking a lot at Priscilla, at Chavela. Actually, I saw a lot of and I want to send her shout out, Liz Olivo. I would see her YouTube videos
Yes.
as well. I was like, wow, this girl is good. And she's from California. And I finally got to like get in contact with her through Honor. And I thought that was the most amazing thing because I had seen her way a long time ago. Felt like this is an instrument that is It's a challenge, straight up. If I would have known how hard it was, I might have backed away from it, but I just went for it. I had no clue. And there's so much to learn. I see other accordionists, and I'm just like, whoa, I have a long ways to go still.
Well, no, but
But
you bring something really unique to the band, and that's what's important. It's not about how many notes can
yes,
you put in one measure or whatever. It's about playing with con el corazón, and if you really mean it and feel it, then it's different.
exacto.
Whenever I would travel, I tell everybody this story. I travel, and I would see all these little girls so interested in the
Oh
accordion,
yeah,
but yet they had no role models. So that's why I thought when I brought you into the family, I thought, man, what a perfect role model for all these little girls that need to look up
so
to
sweet.
somebody. And sure enough, I mean, that's what happened. I mean, you have a lot of young girls following you.
hmm That's so amazing, honestly. I feel so emotional about it because I would look up to, an artist. They have no idea who I am, right? I'm meeting these fans and they're telling me, "Oh, I play the accordion. Oh, my daughter's playing the accordion because of you." And I'm just like, "Oh my God, that's so sweet." It's very like, wow.
And I see the reaction too, because I've seen, when you're playing and all these little girls wanting to talk to you and wanting your autograph. I mean, I'm thinking,
Yes.
wow, look at that. Well, what an impact you've made to all these little girls. It's great.
I did it mainly to be closer to my dad. I'm really recuperating those times to be with him now, and I'm so happy I made that move. Like I do feel like I feel blessed,
How old were
like
you when he was like at the top, really traveling and doing all kinds of stuff?
I noticed it a lot when I was 8 years old or
Okay.
8 years old. I never once felt like, "Oh, Dad, you're never there for me." No, like he was pursuing his dream. Like
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, I always knew that. That's awesome.
Well,
You
yeah, he
know,
was pursuing his dream, but he was also, making money for the family, which is
and
necessary.
and providing that
Yeah,
above all, he was providing. And so
exactly.
I'm grateful to God. You could either have it one way or another, and
Yeah.
I a million times more loved it the way it happened.
Sometimes
It's
it takes those kind of sacrifices. And I see it all the time.
mhm.
I see people from, Mexico coming over here and not seeing their families for 5, 10, 15 years because they can't, and so
Wow,
that's
that's
amazing.
hard.
It is hard.
Oh my gosh. Someone always has it harder, so you got to be grateful.
Yes,
And so
I agree.
I'm grateful to God for exactly how everything happened. And so after high school, well, actually during high school, I was actually touring with my dad. And it's actually funny because I was flying back home. I was flying to the events and flying back home. And I can tell you, my senior year, I always had one sleepless night because I would perform like, I want to say Sunday. And then I fly back home to be there Monday, like a little bit late, but I would show up. When you're young, you're invincible, to sleeplessness.
Did you have a teacher or did you just learn on your own?
I didn't have a teacher, but I did have people like peers and people who knew about music be like, I think that note's wrong. I think it's like this. People that didn't really play accordion and some who kind of did. And I would base myself off of that. If I wanted to learn a song in a certain key, I would actually bring out the keyboard and be like, oh, it's this note, and I need to match it here. Like I tried to I wanted to match exactly what the note was. I didn't want to be wrong. So that's how I kind of learned. So it
Oh,
took a
wow.
longer time,
Well,
right?
it's
But
interesting. So you learned and then you got put into the fire right off the bat, huh?
I know. Oh my gosh, I know, because Control was like, oh my God, the standards of, I had to really practice, and I had to make myself get up there in the level that they were, because that was a challenge, and it's still a challenge actually.
You also do mariachi. When did this
Oh
start?
yes, I've been doing mariachi since the beginning of high school and playing some guitar, but I was competing in voice, and I was like, I don't mean to brag or anything, but I was always winning first chair. So I knew that was something I really liked. I was like, wow, I feel like I'm really good at this. So when you like something and then you're good at it, you're just doing more and more and more and
Yeah.
more and more. You're just trying to better yourself. And so I've always loved it. I remember when it actually wasn't on the radio as much as now. I hear a lot of people recording mariachi music now, and I'm just like, wow, like this wasn't like happening 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and it's so cool how it's coming back in style. Because I did feel out of place, like singing mariachi, and then it's like, okay, that's old school, or I would have people tell me that, and I'm just like, but I love it, and
Yeah.
now it's back in style.
Well, it is. And there's so many high schools and colleges across the country that have mariachi programs. So,
I do wish I would have been more into the guitar, because I was already playing, but that style is very specific. And so I would try to, follow along, and everybody be like, no, you just sing. You just sing. You got this. Like, I'm like, okay, but I want to learn. I want to be like you guys.
Are you going to pursue that still, or was it just a project?
I feel like I need to do more of that.
Yes, I think so too.
But at the same time, I am control,
yes.
Like I want to do both. I feel like, there's nothing impossible. And so I want to pursue both. I know it's going to tire me out, but I'm going to be so happy doing it.
Well, it's just that you have such talent, and especially for singing, and you can really see it when you do mariachi. It's because it's about the vocals, and so you really know how to do it. So
I love it so much.
That's awesome.
And it's not like, oh, I'm doing mariachi music because I want to go into something else. Like, no, I really, like, from right there, I just love mariachi music. Like, that's where it ends, right there. I even feel like, a little inspired to start writing music, whether it be for cumbia, whether it be for mariachi. I just never had time to do it, and I always knew, I know I can do it. I've done it before. I did write a song for my dad, which is the song Te Quiero Mucho Papá, which is in the album of Control called La Nueva Cara de Control. And that one was from like 2011. I wrote that song for my dad. Ever since then, I've been so busy that I haven't been able to continue writing.
You play in a group. You decided to go to college and get a degree. You do mariachi. So and I'm thinking, okay, I mean, she's doing it all. You want to learn, or you're learning how to do engineering as well.
There's so much into it. It depends on the style of engineering you like how detailed you want to be, right? But I'm just like, I look at it, I'm just like, oh, maybe not. Yes, no, yes, no, yes. Yeah, I'm grateful to God for these opportunities that I'm able to, we have a studio, we can record whenever we want, anytime we want. And so why not take advantage, of the time that we have, that we're in this pandemic, and just record what you love, sing what you love, and it really showed in Control's new songs. Obviously we're December already, and it's Christmas, and we have a lot of Christmas songs coming up, which I cannot wait to show everybody.
Wow.
They're so good, Gilbert. They're so good. And so I'm guessing in January is when I'll start releasing some videos of mariachi.
I know a lot of musicians that decided to make music as a career. And once they pursue it, they drop out of school. Why did you decide to get a college education?
My parents, while I was touring with the band, I guess they kind of felt like they were going to take that away from me, like that opportunity to go to school. I do feel like, if it's possible, if you feel like you can do both, please do it. I was touring every single weekend and still going to school. I didn't really have a social life. I mean, obviously there's going to be ups and downs no matter what you do to find happiness, right? That's how I did it. I sacrificed a lot, but I don't know if I want to go back.
Well, but at least it's an option. You already have your bachelor's.
The option's there.
The option's there. You have a bachelor's degree now, so if you ever decide you want to do that, I mean, like I said, you seem to be able to do everything. So
I don't put your mind to. Yeah. And me, I'm the person that's like, tell me I can't do something and watch me do it, Tell me I can't do it, because that's just going to make me want to do it.
I know you play with your dad, but how challenging is it to be in a band? I'm sure you have your challenges.
I do feel like that some people out there who are in the music industry, they don't take women seriously, probably because they think, oh, she's going to be here for 5 years, 10 years, and then she's going to want to retire and be with her family,
Mm-hmm.
And so 10 years later, I'm still here and I still want to keep going,
Yeah.
I feel like that's not my priority, because women are seen as nurturing, motherly, and if they have kids, they want to be around them. I feel like that's a big part of it, that a man could handle being away from home. It's not seen as an issue, I feel like that's why I truly don't understand that either, but that's the only thing I can think of in my personal opinion. As far as anything else, I see a lot of talented women out there. I see a woman playing an instrument that immediately gets my attention. I want to see like, wow, you're playing and you're singing, you're doing amazing. You know, because I feel like because there's not a lot of women out there, that when there is, it's like, oh, there's like the tension's there because you know it's not what you normally see. Fortunately, that that happens, but you know, it is true that on the radio you don't really hear a lot of
Yeah.
women in regional Mexican music, and that's like another thing. And I'm just like, why not? It's really hard. It's so hard, but hopefully one day that it becomes equal at least.
Eventually, it's going to happen. So,
Yes, I hope so. A lot of things have changed since what, 10 years ago. I
yeah.
believe that'll be very soon. So
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope so. So, but yeah.
And is there anything else that you aspire besides music?
It's really just music for me, like performing and recording. Maybe even doing a side business. But really, really, I only see myself doing music
Mhm.
for the rest of my life. I do.
Well, that's great. I mean, that's
I don't see it any other way.
yeah. It's that's your passion, and
Mhm.
that's great. And you do it well.
Thank you.
So I see a lot of beautiful
Thank
accordions
you.
there. Which one do you have right there? Is that a?
This one is the Rey Aguila in tono de sol, and it's in the color metallic purple or pink. Is what
Yes,
you said?
everybody says it's pink. It's pink. Everybody fights with me. It's pink. I'm like, well, it's
It's
metallic purple.
metallic purple. It's
That's the
really nice. I get so many comments on it. A lot of people love it, especially little girls. And then it has a great sound to it. And so
I
so
was
yeah.
watching your gold unboxing, the gold
Oh my
accordion.
gosh. I
Speaking of
love that video so much.
the
Yeah,
gold
it's
one,
right here.
I gotta send it to you.
Yes, you do. I always tell people it's this one right here, but it's not.
Yeah,
Which
no,
this one,
that's
oh my gosh, I fell in love with this one as well. It has an amazing sound. It's
which one's that one?
oh my gosh. This
The
one's the gold and fa.
yes, yes. What is it that you love about it? Is the feel, the sound? I mean, everybody has
It's the
different things.
feel, the sound. I don't even mind the weight. I don't notice the weight. Like I don't really feel it. I guess
Uh-huh.
it's because I got used to it. It's really the feel and the sound, and it's like the microphone really captures it at every single show.
Hmm.
We have never had an issue with the accordion not sounding ever. This accordion sounds a lot stronger than other instruments that are playing with me. I'm just like, wow. I've had friends who play accordion try out the accordion. They're like, wow, it's so loud, but not like bad loud. Like it's
Sure,
it's
sure.
it's aggressive. It's a very presentable sound. And so I'm
Well,
just like, I know it's amazing, right?
I'm really happy that you like it. So
I love it.
yeah,
I love it. So
and
amazing.
I appreciate you using it too. So thank you.
Oh man, I'm grateful. I'm the one who's grateful and appreciative. When I go and perform and people see, a girl playing and it's a pink accordion, it's like, oh, I'm turning the game around, like you say. And so I feel like there's no words for that. It just feels so motivating to like just keep going, just keep
And
doing it.
I think that's what the young audience sees. They see that you're sincere. You're passionate about
Thank
it.
you.
You love what you do, and knowing that you have all these young kids following you and looking at you and seeing you. What kind of advice would you give them? As far as wanting to learn how to play an instrument or getting into the music business.
I'm kind of like thinking of myself, what I would have told myself. And so I'm thinking, if anybody tells you you can't do something, you better prove them wrong. As far as like, oh, you're not able to do that because you're not good enough, talented enough, you better prove them wrong.
I feel very fortunate to be working with y'all. It's been a pleasure, actually.
The
Honer
pleasure's
is
been
very
ours.
Honer is very happy as well, and I think it makes for a great partnership. We really appreciate everything that y'all do for us as a brand, and I hope that we continue this relationship. Because
For sure, of course. I see it. This brand, not only is it worldwide, it's amazing. Everybody knows Honer. The colors, the designs, the sound, like why, I this is for life. I'm really grateful to God for being a part of Honer. I don't see myself anywhere else.
Well, thank you very much. I think we've covered quite a few things here tonight, and I really appreciate you taking the time. And I know you've got a busy schedule. In spite of, the pandemic, you guys are recording, you guys are writing, you guys are doing all kinds of stuff. So it's exciting.
Staying safe, of course, stay safe and stuff.
And I can't wait to hear all that new stuff, really.
Oh, I can't wait to show everybody. Oh my gosh, Gilbert, it's so good. It's so good. We needed this rest, and God be with us. I hope we get out of this pandemic soon, and we get back to normal, or however normal will be, but hopefully not like it is now,
Yes.
Not anymore. So yeah.
Pues un fuerte abrazo, big hug to your parents también. Me les saludas, por favor.
Yes, of course. And say hi to all of the Honer staff, the Honer family for me. We miss y'all. We hope to see y'all soon.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do NAM again. Whenever,
oh, yes.
Whenever.
I hopefully I could come to the Valley and visit you guys.
Yes, for sure. To Harlingen, your hometown. You already said it, so you got to do it.
Hey, I was born there. I got to go back, right?
Yes, you got to come back whenever, whenever, of course, it's safe to travel and all that,
Well, thank you, Jennifer. Y pues que pases unas buenas noches, and we'll see each other real soon.
We'll see you soon, Gilbert. You stay safe. God bless.